Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Paul Sains with Insane Sports Podcast. Look, I know I'm coming to y'all a little later in the week, but I'm still not off of this hype train that the Browns are on right now. I am living off a high. I'm telling y'all, Joe Flacco, I mean the real Joe Cool, is handling business in Cleveland, y'all. Joe Cool is handling business in Cleveland. And we shortly away from the game with the Jets, which we'll go into the details of that later if we win that game or the score predictions. But let's just pop off today's episode with the blatant, and I mean blatant change in Cleveland being the real Joe Cool. Joe Flacco has came into Cleveland and completely changed it around. All right. He showed that Kevin Stefanski is calling the right plays. And let me break that down to you. Kevin Stefanski has his match made in heaven with Joe Flacco. He has his match made in heaven with Joe Flacco, and it's being proven. He has the play action quarterback that he's looking for with the big arm that's able to throw the ball downfield. We haven't been able to connect downfield like we've done with Joe Flacco. We've tried with Baker, we've tried with Deshaun Watson, and nobody's able to make those connections. But it seems like Joe Flacco is here, and now we able to find Marquise Goodwin. Now we able to find Maury Cooper down the field. All of these things is why Joe Flacco and Kevin Stefanski should have been found each other because my goodness, we would have been talking Super Bowl. And I know people will say, hey, you jumping too far ahead, the Super Bowl. But if we get the right matchup, we get the right matchup, I'm telling you, they don't want to see us in the playoffs. A lot of teams don't want to see us in the playoffs. They don't want to see Joe out here throwing elite passes. And from anybody that's really watched the game, you know Joe is different in the playoffs. All right, Kevin is somebody that I was real hard on the beginning of the season. I've had episodes where we called him Kevin the Clown and stuff like that. But Kevin Stefanski, we have to tip our hats off to. And we got to go back to the beginning. The thing is, we get stuck in the times right now that we forget the beginning and how things work. At the beginning, we had Deshaun Watson healthy, Chubb healthy. He had all of these gadgets, all of these different tools that he could use. And he got a little bit excited. Got a little excited. You had somebody in your ear being Deshaun Watson saying, hey, coach, go five wide. Please go five wide. When you have a Nick Chubb. So you had a fan screaming, hey, man, why is he going five wide? It's not working. But he's having conflict with his quarterback who's came out and said, hey, I had the best Stefanski to go five wide. So you got a coach that's reluctant to really go this offense because it's not his offense, but he wants to make his quarterback happy and be able to run an offense that's going to be conducive to him, right? So now let's fast forward. Okay, he gets hurt. You bring in a rookie quarterback who finds out on game day that he's going to be the starter against the Ravens, who we are saying one of the best teams in football, right? So you get a rookie who's supposed to go into this game and win it, not a let alone do well. You have Kevin Stefanski having to call the plays to this quarterback who doesn't have his help from the best running back in football. So again, we have to take this back to the beginning. Again, we don't have our right tackle, in which we had to put a rookie in, Dewan Jones, who had to find his way his first game against T.J. Watt. Okay, so you take a rookie and you throw him in there, and he does pretty well. All right, he gets hurt. We have to bring in James Hudson, who I've been hard on, pause, in the past. But watching him, I start to see, okay, he's very good in the run block as far as being aggressive, getting downfield, looking hungry for blocks. I see his aggressiveness. But when it's coming to the pass rush, oh my goodness. Pass blocking, he is on his heels. I don't know if he knows how to kick step, honestly. And he's been getting, y'all see the tape. So we're not going to go there. He's a fellow Browns player. We want him to do well. And he's our last option. He's our last option. We have nobody else to replace him. Kevin Stefanski has had to deal with four different quarterbacks. He's had to deal with PJ Walker, who's scared to throw the ball past 20 yards. My goodness, y'all. I was big on Ford this year because I saw his athleticism and I saw why they wanted to keep him instead of Kareem. But this man cannot read a cutback to save his life. And maybe that's us missing Chubb or me missing Chubb because Chubb reads the cutback better than anybody in the league. Them same holes are there, but it just seems like he's missing the hole. Jerome Ford is missing the hole. Kareem Hunt seems to be a one trick pony. Put him in on third and short, fourth and short. He'll catch the ball out the backfield. Well, a 2 point, two trick pony, I guess. But it's like those tricks are starting to become, eh, you get what I'm saying? He's like he brings a different mindset to the locker room. I think that's a boost that we needed. And which credit to Andrew Berry being able to fill the locker room with guys that's important to this team. Bringing on Elijah Moore, who said that this is one of the best teams he's been on in his life. He's just got here. All right, and you have Joe Flacco, who was given offers by other teams, but said, "Hey, I want to stay in Cleveland." It's something that's in that locker room, y'all. It's something that's in that locker room that's pulling out the joy out of these players. Being a former player is nothing like playing the game of football, the game you love, and the love is being stripped from that. Now we all know that winning is going to solve a lot of things. So yes, we are winning games. And so things are looking good. Things are looking great. And when you lose, it's a whole different locker room. But the chemistry that they're creating, that the head coach is creating, that Andrew Berry is bringing in the right players to what Kevin Stefanski is creating, is something that should be applauded. And now I know I've been talking without bringing up the defense. And yes, the defense is a big majority of why this team is thriving. But there's a balance as well, people. The same way that I seen the Cleveland Browns offense not doing well at times, I've seen the offense had to come and pick up for the defense to keep us in the game. We need a field goal. We need something there. We need to extend the clock, extend the play so we can keep the clock going. These things are important. They're important because your defense needs rest. Your defense keeps getting stops, and then you get out there in the offense. Yes, we seen those at times. And that's credit again to Stefanski having to build chemistry with a new quarterback every week, a new type of offense every week. But the defense has been a large part, and that being Miles Garrett, the staple of the defense. And Miles Garrett, I know people are looking at he hasn't been getting the sack production, but people are knowing that Miles Garrett is on the other side. Trust me. They're not looking like Miles Garrett is being taken care of. He ain't got a sack in a few weeks. Them quarterbacks have a Miles Garrett clock in their head saying it's only a matter of time that man's going to get off. So for everybody that's a stat watcher, watch the game. Watch how much an offense has to take away because they have to rely on that running back getting the chip, that tight end getting the chip on Miles Garrett. It's important for Miles Garrett to be out there because the defense runs completely different when he's not out there. And one thing that was so beautiful to see these last few games is that Darius Smith is stepping up at the right time. Now, I believe I talked about him last episode, saying that I'm starting to see him peek through, but I need to hear his name more. And he stepped out on the scene. He was like, "Huh, Paul Sings, I hear you." Zadarius Smith has been something special these last few weeks. He showed up and he showed out. Okay? And we need that type of play. Another player that's being quietly thrown out there in some of those sack parties is Alex Wright coming to the party. He made a big tackle last week against Chicago. So it's like you find this guy Alex Wright coming out here making plays, getting sacks when his name is being called. And those are the things that we need. When Miles Garrett seems to be can't get to the quarterback or not getting there in time, they're feeling pressure by these other guys. I'm telling you, man. Denzel is working his way back out there, and I want to say Greedy, but Greg Newsom is out there doing his thing. Y'all got to give credit to Greg Newsom. I was hard on him as well. Him saying he wants to be this big time corner and him stepping out there, and I've seen him get toasted on sometimes. But lately, it's been him winning these matchups. It's been Greg Newsom. You know what I mean? Hey, what's that dance, man? You see Greg Newsom out there, and those are the type of dances when I know, hey, he's making a play or somebody around him is making a play. The Cleveland Browns defense is on cue. Owusu, we could talk about Owusu all day. My goodness, he could get you sacks, and I started to get a nose for the ball. Starting to get a nose for the ball, and I'm talking interceptions, y'all, because he's a heat-seeking missile. He gonna find you, but to find the ball is different. I said when he got that touchdown, when they threw the Hail Mary, that he was going to change. It's a difference when you start to get touches and you start to get the ball. You start to turn into a different player because now you know, oh, the ball is there as well. I'm not just so hungry to go out there and knock a player out the game, especially in today's game, which he still carries that old school mentality. But Wusu is looking for that ball now. It's a difference, y'all. It's a difference when a hard hitter becomes a playmaker and he can go out there and go grab that ball for us, y'all. Owusu is all over the place, and he's playing. He reminds me of that team that we don't want to talk about, that black and yellow. But Troy Polamalu, based off of his instincts, he plays with the instincts of the game. It's so beautiful to see. He's getting there before other players when they have a chance to react and get to the ball, but he feels the game differently. It's a difference when you have people out there that has a feel for the game. Some things that can't be taught. My thing is he's still learning the game. We're not talking about a veteran player. We're still talking about a young player who's still learning the game, still learning different systems, still hasn't seen it all, still hasn't seen all of the coaches. He's still collecting data, but right now he's playing at a fast level. So what's the thing when he gets real comfortable in this seat? Owusu is playing on another level, man. The defense is stepping up, and not only the defense. I know we gave up a special teams play, and it seemed like we got lax because Amari Cooper was out there and he couldn't be stopped. So maybe they knew something we did. It was like Amari Cooper go out there and get it, but we got too lax on the special teams. You could tell by the effort of them even running down there. But the thing behind not just that was we had certain players coming out. We had the kicker coming out, the punter coming out. Then we had a player in Bale stepping in, not only making the kick, but going down there and making the tackle. This is testament again to the guys that Andrew Berry is putting in the locker room. Guys that are going to Not only kick the ball off, but go down there and make the tackle. Literally, those are the type of people that's in the locker room, that's changing the atmosphere. People that want to win, that are winners. The depth of the Cleveland Browns has showed to be. I don't know if you could. I don't know what's the award that you give out to the best GM, but it's obvious, guys. It's next man up mentality. And as I said before, this is usually the best excuse that you can use to say, hey, maybe next year. Well, maybe next year we do something. And the Browns are not saying that we're not playing we're not having a pity party, saying all our guys are hurt. And so everybody is here to win. So everybody is stepping up at the right time, doing exactly what they're supposed to do. Testament to Andrew Berry. I love the coaching for the Cleveland Browns. The Bill, Big Bill is what I call him. You feel me? Big Bill is making it happen with string. All right, we pulling in fish with string and a hook. That's what Bill is doing. He making it happen. All right, he's still out here is and making sure that we eat wins. Bill is taking this offensive line and scrapping together all that we have left. And looking at Joe fight through his injuries, this team has fought through a lot. Even Amari Cooper isn't healthy and still putting up 260 yards. All right. And when you say Amari Cooper's name, put some respect on it. When you saying Joe Flacco name, the real Joe Cool, put some respect on it. When you say Kevin Stefanski's name, put some respect on it. All right, the Cleveland Browns need their respect. And this is the time that we get the respect. We are here. And I know these teams don't want to play the Cleveland Browns. No team in the league wants to see the Cleveland Browns. Trust me, we built different. All right, don't let us go to a place where we get some warm weather. Well, I don't know. Went out there to LA and it was too nice out there. Sure, told them boys, but we went out there to Florida. It worked out for us. So let us go out there to Florida and see Miami. I'm taking this team to be able to beat anybody in the NFL, and that's credit to the people we have on this staff. That's credit to, and not only be being a fan, because I know people like he's a Cleveland Browns fan. This boy is chaotic, and yes, we might be a little bit crazy. But let's not get it twisted. This team has been resilient for a reason. We've beat some of these teams that y'all are saying aren't the Super Bowl favorites. So why not us? The longer that we push this season, once we go in here and beat the Jets, we go here and rest these players for the next week. And then after the season, we start to get some of these players back. Hopefully, Delpit start to get healthier. Now look at us. So people don't want to talk about that. We're not talking about the players that we miss, and people want to give excuses to everybody else, but we're not going to do that. We're not here for that. So let's discuss the Jets. We go in here knowing what we're playing for, knowing last year that we let the Jets off the hook. This game feels different. It's going to be different. It's a home game, and I doubt that these boys come into there and march out with the win. That's hard to believe. The Browns feel what's on the table. They know what's at stake. They're going to come with a different chip on their shoulders. It's a difference when you have a team that's playing from, come on, man, it's the Jets. We know. No, I don't care who you are. Y'all in the way of our goals. That's what the Cleveland Browns are playing for. You can see it in the building. You can see it in the fan base. You can see it in the media. Everybody knows the Cleveland Browns have the momentum going right now. So the Jets, I'm sorry, you're going to have to take this L tomorrow. So I have the Cleveland Browns winning 28 to 10. Again, 28 to 10. So if you heard it here first, 28 to 10, keys of the game is for Joe Flacco to not turn over the ball and give this team a chance. The defense is going to hold it down. The only thing that scares me is Joe Flacco and the turnovers. We have to establish the run game. We cannot continue to rely on Joe Flacco's arm to think he's going to give us 300 plus yards every game. We have to find a way to establish the run. From there, the defense does what they do. Miles Garrett will not be kept on the leash for long. This is the game that they put it all together. You'll see a lot from Miles Garrett. Denzel Ward is back. He's been on the pitch count, but look for him to step in there and check one of those Ohio State alumni and get him under check. All right, so check in with me tomorrow. You know we're gonna be hyped for the game. The Browns, we got something going, y'all. It's feeling very special. Make sure y'all stay tuned to Insane Sports Podcast. I'll catch y'all next time. Go dogs. Peace.